Welcome everyone to this channel Wayfarianfx, where we are going to understand the technical and the fundamental aspects of this coming week and the new month as well. So this video is going to be very important. Please try and focus on a lot of things because we are going to not just discuss about a particular day, but also the entire week and the month itself, as this is the beginning of the new month. Now, before that, just one important thing about the channel is Wayfarianfx. This is not just a Forex channel where I just give you, of course, professionally, this is going to be, it is dedicated to this, aspect of it that we will be discussing about the fundamentals and the technicals. However, apart from that, Wayfarianfx is more of an idea of, you know, uh, we are in this earth, right? On this earth that we're living in. And, well, it's not just been born for the four walls to live in. We have the entire earth, the creation itself to look into, check, and so on and so forth. This thing of having that independence, or having that freedom or liberty to be wherever, anywhere in the world, and still you have ways to earn. And Forex is one of those sources through which you can earn and do what you want to do and achieve in life, right? So this is one reason why I always ask you to support me, is because this is the way we can. Now is the time when this is not only about an individual who wants to do that, but rather making it a community, rather making it happen, because of the possibility and the potential it has, as everyone knows, right? So, that is one of the reason why. So I would want you to please share, like, spread the message across, and let's try and make this happen where we can make ourselves independent to do whatever we want to do in life, which we have done or which we have not started yet. Yes. So this can be one of those opportunities. This can be one of those beautiful reasons to make our life much better from today itself. All right. So let's come back to our professional work of Forex understanding and analysis about what might happen this week, what might happen in the coming month, as it is going to be the first day of the month as soon as the market starts. I mean, for the market, right? Monday. So as you see, in this coming week, we do have a lot of important news. And one thing, guys, is, the first week is always very crucial. Why? Is because you there are a lot of news that comes in for the month, right? Which can affect financially for the coming 3 weeks. So the first week is so very crucial, and that is one of the reasons why it is. There would be a lot of fluctuation based on the fundamentals, and these are the fundamentals, correct? So we see right on the Monday itself, we have got ISM manufacturing. Then again on Tuesday, we have got CPI coming in. Wednesday, there are like, these are some major things. And there is Federal Chairperson Powell, Mr. Powell will be speaking, which is again a very big speech, so it has a lot of impact. You have got unemployment claims as well, and you have got the non-farm payroll as well, right? Being the first Friday of the month. Now, this week, as we understand that, though we will certainly see it in the technical aspects as well, as to what are the range where we will be trading, or it would be good to trade. However, when you look at the fundamentals, understand the fundamentals is very strong. Why? Is because there is one thing in the news. If you look at Zelensky, who is with, of course, Ukraine, suggested war could end if unoccupied Ukraine comes under NATO. Now, This thing is also very important. However, we have seen that, because of the Israel and Lebanon war on Hezbollah, correct? Once the ceasefire happened, yes, gold came down. Until the time there was wars and attacks and missiles, gold was going up, correct or not? However, one thing over here is that if this thing happens over here, if the ceasefire happens between Ukraine and Russia, yeah, because that is what Ukraine has suggested now. The Prime Minister or the President, of Ukraine has suggested, Mr. Zelensky. So we understand that there might be a possibility that peace would happen between these two as well, or ceasefire for the time being, correct? However, this ceasefire is not going to, or might not affect the movement of the gold, yeah, going anywhere but downwards again. Yeah. Even if the ceasefire doesn't happen, even if say the attacks are still on, still you will find gold will not move because of this news. This is just one information which is very important to understand as to why is it so. Because in Israel and Lebanon war, or Israel-Iran war, there is a direct impact, and gold just plunges over, and sometimes, yeah, goes high, which we have seen in the past few weeks. But here it doesn't happen that way, because gold and America, we've got dollar index as well. So without underestimating dollar index, or neglecting dollar index, we have to understand that once this thing happens, automatically US will certainly be at a much better position, because their expenses would cut down to a big extent, which they were supplying to Ukraine. Correct. And Trump has, obviously, since Mr. Trump has come in, he has said a few things which are so very positive for the dollar index. True. These are the things that we have to keep in mind just to understand what might impact in this coming week and the month. All right. Now, we come to the technicals. Well, last week, if you must have seen the video where we discussed that we discussed about the monthly closing, which was coming in. Excuse me. Oh, just one quick moment here. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, fix that later. So now, when you see this, okay, you remember in the last video we discussed, I'm so sorry about this. We discussed that the market was somewhere over here at this point in time, 2715. Yeah, 2715 was a time last week when it started. It started off with this thing, and we had a discussion that the market would certainly retest up to a particular point, that is 2650, and now 2652, and it is at 2650, and this was the retest point where the market had to end for a while. So what it says is, now we have to understand the entire month, right? We have seen over here that if you look over here, after this session there has been no bearish momentum or a bearish closing anywhere except for this one now, correct? After cutting in the touching the all-time high of 2755. Yes, and then it came down, and it of course, last week it was here, and now it has retested and have come to this very important 2650 mark, which is going to be a very important point for the coming week as well, right? So however, if you look at the trend, of course the monthly trend is still bullish, but now it has shown one month of going completely down to 2530, yes, and then pulling back over to 2650. So what this means is, Now, the range for the trend of the month is from 2650 to 2530. So, what it means is if it is going down, this can be a 1 month range to what it might go up to. And if it crosses below this, that is 2650, that is when we will understand and get a confirmation at a midpoint, the equilibrium point of this particular hike, that it might now enter into the selling trend or the bearish trend. Okay. Now that we understand the trend over here, let's understand as to how this might work out in terms of daily. Correct. So as we see over here, market right now is somewhere at 2650.59. Correct. Now from here, if you look at this trend line, we have a trend line, right, which is crossing, which is supporting this particular area. If you look at the lows over here, right now, and plus this was the previous trend line basically, which wherein of course above which it tried, but it did not, and it just rose over from here. So we have our buying zone right here, okay, and have a selling zone right here because it has tried this many a times. Correct. Now, eventually with the trend line, the best part is that if it crosses and goes down below, then we know that it will aim between 2615 to 2602, right? However, if it does not crosses this crossing point of 2640, if right now it is at 2650, when the market starts and throughout the day, if the market doesn't go below this point, yes, that is 2640, correct? We will not get a confirmation for the sell position, right? So you have to have this intersection point over here, correct? Below which, if it goes, then yes, we know that then it might touch down to 2605 or at least 2615, where we can set our take profit rather. However, if it doesn't cross below this, and with this intersection point, if it goes ahead, then we know that we have a buying segment which goes up to 2665, being 2660 to 2665 for being your take profit to be taken initially, and then you have the best after that is 2683 to 2685, which is a very strong resistance again. Yeah. And if it crosses, this, then you will see a very aggressive buying again, and getting in back to that 2616 mark. Yes. So this thing you have to make a note of, correct? And from here, it goes the same way. It will try to retest once, maybe from here, but if it still doesn't cross this, then you can see a bearish momentum reaching this 2550 mark anytime, which was the previous low, right? Now, so 2550 is what? So you have got a game plan of 2650 to 2550. If it doesn't go below 2640, then we know that it might go and try for the 2685 and further to 2715. However, if it does not, however, if it does, then we know that downside is how good it can be with the first one and the second one. Yes. Now, let's understand this quickly coming into during the day. Of course, this will certainly help you, right? So we have our sell zone and the buy zone, because these are the things where you can probably understand and take the right position and not make positions in haste. Yes. So this is also a very important point, that this buy zone that you see, all right, and this intersection, okay. So one thing to notice over here is, of course, when we talk about these points of intersection and everything, we do have a gap, right? It is not that if I say that this is the point, then this will be the point. It will touch. No, there is always a fair value gap which we have to keep from a personal side. We need to analyze as well, right? You just cannot be dependent on these things that we speak about in the video. However, you have to also understand it. That's how we will grow together. Otherwise, there would be no point. You will not enjoy this game. You will not enjoy this, trading techniques or anything of for that matter. Yes. So that's it. Now, this is where you just got to be careful. The sell zone between this zone. If it crosses above that, then you know that you have a margin from here to here, and then of course the bigger one as well. However, if it does not, which is close to, you can just wait for a while to see how does it react. Because if it grows above, then you know that you have this segment to take your profit. If it goes below, you know that you have a bigger segment to take the profit as well. Yeah. So this week, considering the fundamentals that we discussed, we understand that there is a possibility, though the trend is still bullish. Like I said, till the time the market doesn't cross this 2530 mark, we will not consider any bearish trend for a longer term. Yes. 2584 also been a very important aspect for this, because you see now is the time when market will certainly give a very aggressive fluctuation here this period in time. But this is where we are living in daily, correct? So we have to be safe enough over here so that we can play big over here or here. Yes. So these are the safe zones that you have to keep your investment safe. And to do that, that is the reason why we discuss this, the range where you have to be, where you have the sell zone, where you have the buy zone, so you can relax in the middle period. Imagine you just, placing your order somewhere over here, and the market just keeps moving up and down, up and down. But with that up and down, ups and downs, it is also your heart that is beating faster. Correct to know, and you're just waiting, you're expecting. So all we can do is we can relax over here and safely have a position right down here as per the reaction. Yeah, that is one of the best things to do. True. Right. That will keep your mind free as well. So that is all for this week and the month. I mean, in this video, of course, daily you will find videos coming up based on the daily updates or something of that sort, which is very, very important to share as well at that point in time. But you take care, and please remember to like, subscribe, and share as much as possible. Spread the word, spread the idea of this independence that we have got through technology. Thank you. You have a wonderful day, and God bless you all.